Happy Boys, o. Dlaczego to nominowałem? Ponieważ oni...
gobolka Nugaal waxa uuna dilka geystay 17 bishii 6 2020 maanta oo ay taariikhdu tahay.
Mariusz Kosinski was a Polish YouTuber known for making metal songs, internet trolling, and creating his own religion called zombieism. This guy was beyond edgy, and definitely was in a Satanism phase. On January 10 last year, he took the life of his 63-year-old neighbor with a knife. 3 days before the crime, he published a song on his YouTube channel in which he insulted and wished for her death. He has over 200 videos on his YouTube channel, most of which feature music. He was very unsuccessful, which isn't really all that surprising considering that his music is pretty terrible.
Dobrym ludziom żony, by swoją miłość zatracili. Wytrujmy swe uczucia, by robić zło. I zabij wrogów, którzy nienawidzą Mariusza Gosińskiego piłą. Kamil Gosiński.
But even after the media attention, there are basically zero interactions with his social media channels. The comments on Instagram give us some insight as to why Mariusz did what he did. The rough translation reads, "It's no bars. The ignored psychopath Mariusz has finally done what I suspected. From 2 years ago, the star of an embarrassment from one of the Facebook groups. People set him up, a victim of their own paranoia and disease. I think someone might have used it. What most found funny, he took seriously. The end should be a life sentence. And way to go." And the other mother effers were egging him on, seeing what else he could do. This is how these stupid pathological games end. Outsiders understood that he was getting used by other internet trolls for their own entertainment. They wanted to see how far they could take their trolling. From what I've seen so far, it seems like the trolls managed to convince him to take the life of his neighbor for no real reason. Media articles state that there was no real motive behind his crime, even though Mariusz kept on posting very hateful content online, even doxing his neighbor many times. Mariusz kept calling himself a psychopath and a sadist. He described how he liked to abuse dogs, and how he tormented his friend with Down syndrome. He says, "Even at my grandmother's funeral, I didn't cry at all. I just laughed straight into her coffin." Keep in mind that all of this had been going on for multiple years. People knew what type of person he was. No one in those internet communities took it seriously enough to get law enforcement involved. Some used him for their own personal entertainment. Others underestimated the severity of the situation. Mariusz now faces life in prison if he's declared sane. If not, he could face a way lighter punishment. This section will feature a video, which I shortly covered 3 years ago. The absolute majority of you have never seen it, so this is a more elaborate update. The video in question has ever since amassed over 300,000 views. It had less than 11,000 views, and the description of the video was also different. It has the title, Euro's Secret. It has a very long runtime of 1.5 hours, and I've watched pretty much all of it, which really wasn't a lot of fun to say the least. Strangely, this YouTuber got most of his views through official YouTube promotion, meaning he or someone else paid for the video to show up. That YouTube would even consider promoting this to so many people is quite odd, because they keep demonetizing creators for the most mundane reasons. The video itself is him sitting and reading out a scripted monologue. Occasionally, he'll smoke at random points or drink out of his cup. He claims that his memory has been completely wiped out. A certain group of people allegedly used him as a guinea pig for experiments. These experiments were used to torment him, including physical and psychological methods.
During prolonged and hard, the handlers can make me near catatonic, where only faint thoughts of your body remain. Thinking of a body part like the foot, arm, or head will make it bob, as long as your focus stays on it.
He elaborates that his mind is being occupied and manipulated by certain technology.
Psychotronic torture, also loosely called remote trauma-based mind control, means the torture and manipulation of the brain, nervous system, and consciousness through the use of classified technology that deploys by satellite grids or other relays, electromagnetic waves, or other energies to directly read and latch onto your brain's unique electromagnetic fingerprint.
He then goes on to talk about his past life, detailing how antisocial he was, that he got bullied for 2 years, and that he went to a psych ward to get treatment. It was also in this place where the experiments took place. He then talks about how he was getting stalked by a group of people. These people would follow him anywhere he went. He puts great emphasis on this, since the majority of the video is him repeating this over and over. Towards the end, he says that he moved to a place in England with his mother, and that they both work in a warehouse. He says that he's doing better now. He put an email in his video description for further information or answers. Every form of interaction like comments or likes with the video is turned off. Now, considering that he or someone else was actually willing to pay for YouTube ads to get this video pushed out to people, could mean that this was a form of an ARG or art project. On the contrary, he never followed up on this video, so there wasn't much more for people to dig into, making it unlikely that the purpose of this was to promote a product or project. It also goes without saying that this is likely a form of delusion or paranoia, where he truly believes that all of this happened, even though in reality it did not. Even if what he says is true, people would write him off as crazy and don't believe him anyway. Though we probably will never know for certain what's real and what's not, and Alex has never made another video ever since. This is an extremely crazy case. This YouTube video was shared on the subreddit Morbid Reality. It happened in a village named Jalam in Somalia, a country east of Africa. Towards the end of 2021, multiple channels uploaded a video where a man is tied up and another man is standing next to him. In the video itself, there are 2 different locations and 2 different men talking to the camera.
taariikhdu markeeda 14 bishii 7 2020 maxkamadda darajada koowaad
bismillaahi raxmaani raxiim waxaan ahay caawin cabdi caakani waxaan halkan ka cadeynayaa maanta oo bishu ay tahay 17 bishii 10 2020.
In the first location, we see a man in front of a green building, whereas the other man is in the desert, and multiple other men can be seen in the background. They can be seen digging. This video appears to be a bit too normal. The scene that we can see in the thumbnail cannot be seen in the footage. To add to this, the title of this video reads, Garowe, the killer who killed his mother, was released today. Now this certainly caught people's attention. Redditors found a second version, which is almost twice as long as the first video. Here we can clearly see the man.
darajada koowaad ee gobolka Nugaal ayaa 14 bishii 7 2000 oo hooyadii isku dilay tuula Jalam ee gobolka Nugaal geystay 17 bishii 6 2020 maanta oo ay taariikhdu.
This further led to numerous media articles detailing what this entire thing is about. The name of the tied up man is Farah Abdi Muhammad. He took the life of his own mother. He allegedly was under the influence and didn't know what he was doing. The man that can be seen next to Farah is his own brother, Arvin Abdi Muhammad. His brother was given the task to end his own brother's life as a punishment for taking their mother. This was not his own decision. He had 5 other siblings who agreed, and he also had support from the authorities. According to Arvin, he decided to film this to teach the community a lesson that anyone who takes their mom's life will go through the same fate that his own brother needs to go through. The people in the background digging now obviously make a lot more sense. They are digging his grave. I have to give credit to Nick Crowley for the following topic. I heard about this initially through his video. I'll only briefly talk about it, so make sure to watch a more in-depth version of it on his channel. Suzanne Eaton was a 59-year-old US-American scientist and professor of molecular biology working in Dresden, Germany.
Ja, ich bin ein bisschen aufgeregt. Genetik sind folgendes. Man stört ein Gen, man wartet und sieht, was passiert. Das ist wie, wenn man in einem Dorf ist und will wissen, wie funktioniert das Dorf. Und man nimmt dann eine Person, schickt ihn in Urlaub und fragt, was ist falsch jetzt im Dorf? Wir haben kein Brot. Okay, er war der Bäcker. So das ist Genetik.
While you can clearly tell that German is definitely not her native language, it was still quite good. She would talk at events, talking about molecular cell biology. She disappeared on July 2nd, 2019. She was last seen playing the piano in the hotel lobby, where she was attending an Orthodox academy in Greece. Almost a week later, on July 8, Greek police found her body inside a World War II bunker. She passed away the same day of her disappearance. Reason of death: asphyxiation, a condition where the body is experiencing a deficient supply of oxygen which arises from abnormal breathing. Her body and face was full of injuries and broken bones. There were clear marks of her being awarded. It was clear to investigators that this was no accident. Someone had done this to her. When police investigated her hotel room, and the only items missing were her sports gear like shirt and running shoes. Doing sports was nothing unordinary, since she was an athlete and runner, even having a black belt in Taekwondo. Therefore, it is believed that she disappeared while she was on a run. On the scene, investigators realized that there are no footprints of Suzanne anywhere near the entrance or in the bunker. Instead, they found tire marks, making it likely that she was actually transported into the cave by someone else, who then drove away, since there was no car near the cave. After checking some of the security cameras in the area, they would find a car heading in the direction of the bunker. The suspect was 27-year-old Giannis Paraskakis, who was a married father of 2. During the interrogation, he would deny being involved in this case, also saying that he didn't even know the location of the bunker. This is finally where we come to the YouTube aspect of this case. Giannis had a YouTube channel featuring him doing some form of Chinese martial art, either Tai Chi or Qigong. This channel currently only has 3 uploads, all of them featuring the same thing, though he had more videos featured. He deleted all of his other videos when he got arrested, but why? The other videos feature him during other activities, like hanging out with friends. One set of videos stands out. His series where he explores a bunker. The same bunker where Suzanne's body was dumped into. Just a reminder, he told police that he didn't even know the location of this bunker, so a clear contradiction. During a second round of questioning, Giannis admits to everything. He saw Suzanne jogging, decided to step on the gas of his car and strike her. While she was lying down, he decided to step on the gas again, this time striking the head. But this wasn't enough for this absolute monster of a person. He left his car and stabbed her multiple times. He loaded her up in his trunk, drove to the bunker and did what I described earlier. Keep in mind that Suzanne was alive up until the very end. He then left her in the bunker, where she would suffocate due to abnormal breathing. As for his motives, he claims that he was possessed by a demon. One could assume that he said this to get a lower punishment, but it was unsuccessful. He was sentenced to life in prison. This also wasn't a one-off thing for Giannis. Multiple women claim that he tried to strike them with his car. Police asked him why he did it, to which he replied that he would hit women he liked with his car. This doesn't really sound like someone who is possessed by a demon. And to no one's surprise, the police didn't do anything until it was way too late. Like, how many red flags do you need? In my previous iceberg video, I talked about a rabbit hole here on YouTube. If you type dot in the YouTube search bar, you'll be greeted with a lot of creepy videos.
अजा ना फड़ी बोले पनी की शैगी मेरे बक्की पई है कपड़े चेक करो मेरे फड़ी नहीं नहीं कुछ नहीं होता ये शायद.
While the videos here were just mostly based on creepypastas, the keywords Asababavana show us very real and very distressing videos, most of which I cannot show. Yes, you had your ordinary creepypasta content like this one. Though keep in mind that these rather harmless videos were uploaded after this had become a trending topic, and they most certainly have nothing to do with the initial purpose of the search term. There are videos of real decapitations of animals, showing in detail how they take the life of this camel, the camel ringing for life and then passing away. Further, videos of real dead bodies were not uncommon. These videos look rather scientific or educational, because a man would cut them open in a very surgical manner. In this case, it's also hard to tell whether this is real or not. It could be a fake body. The words Asababavana aren't random. They are actually from a language called Hausa, which is a native language in parts of Africa. Using Google Translate, it translates into "mourning my servant." According to some Reddit users, it is a form of Buddhist meditation where you focus on certain body parts or organs. Goal of the practice is to overcome lustful thoughts. Another user agrees and says that it is mainly being practiced in Sri Lanka. Initially, I didn't really see a connection between how these morbid videos and the meditation practice have anything in common. But after thinking about the purpose of the meditation, you could maybe make the argument that these videos help to overcome your lustful thoughts. Watching very disgusting and morbid videos as a way to overcome lust is a method that I haven't heard about before, but maybe in certain religions it may be valid. How effective this is, and whether you would maybe develop a certain preference for these type of videos as a form of fetish, I'm not sure. Most of these very dark videos have been taken down, but some remain on YouTube. I obviously suggest to not look it up. DDO5 was probably one of the most controversial family channels on YouTube. The purpose of this channel was to prank their own kids for views. During the beginning stages, the content consisted of harmless pranks. It didn't really make the impression that they were desperate for views and attention.
So, this is happening.
Trying to figure out how to make it go fast.
Sport mode?
Yeah.
The front part can cause it to overheat if you don't take it off.
Besides pranks, it was usual vlog stuff, the dad going shopping or grilling. Once the family garnered a larger audience, it became clear there was a bigger incentive to shift the content in a direction where it would lead to bigger growth, though the ways to achieve this were questionable, since the pranks would now be way more shocking. He wouldn't always get the expected reactions of the kids he would prank, namely Emma, who wouldn't react in an interesting manner.
Everybody keeps asking, prank Emma, prank Emma. Why don't you ever prank Emma? Emma cannot be pranked. She has like no reaction to it. There's zero reaction. Like she just...
Other kids would react in a way that was more interesting to viewers, so the dad kept on making more and more shocking pranks featuring those kids to garner more views, especially in the case of Cody.
Cody, why are you lying when all that stuff was in your clothes? It was found in your clothes.
You think I'm lying, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm being dead honest.
What's your deal? Like, really? Stop it.
The dad would sometimes do this by lying to him and making him cry. I'm not sure if I can show those videos here, but there are plenty of re-uploads showing this. So yeah, there was just a big disregard for the well-being of the children as long as he would make his views. The first few channels started to talk about DDO5 and how he is ruining the childhood of his children, namely Cody. In a cross post of one of his videos on Reddit, people kept pointing out that, quote, DDO5 is currently deleting videos on their channel. The video where they are putting Cody up for adoption is gone. The tablet one is gone. I don't know the video where the father is pointing a gun at one of the kids' name, but I suspect it is gone as well. Others claim that 4chaners are already backing up those videos because they had the idea that this could happen, and another saying that this might be important in case the authorities or child protection services get involved. After all of the backlash, he decided to do a statement type video, where he addresses an interview he gave to Keemstar and says that all of the pranks are fake and scripted.
Video, he asked me if the videos were real. I tiptoed around it because I was scared. Now I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. The videos are fake. They're fake. They're over-exaggerated. Some videos are scripted. They're just played out. They're the kids' ideas. We act them out. We said it's their ideas. I put in the video description for entertainment purposes only. I categorize the videos as entertainment or comedy, something that I know. I've even used keywords a few times. I used the word fake in the keywords and stuff a few times.
This didn't help much, since now the police started to get involved. After a while, the parents were sentenced to 5 years probation for 2 counts of child neglect, and the channel was banned. They tried rebranding into Family of 5, but that channel was also banned. After a few months, they started another channel named The Martin Family, where they are still uploading to this date. This one is so unbelievably stupid in every possible way, but really disgusting at the same time. At the time, 16-year-old Sierra and 18-year-old Aaron Guerrero were dating. Both were planning to run away. Sierra's father told his wife about their plans, and both agreed the teen should no longer be in a relationship. Aaron, on the other hand, just decided to run away, and the mother had not heard from him for 2 days. And due to the lack of approval from the side of Sierra's father, the teens decided to take his life. The most disgusting thing, however, is a video that the police captured. In this video, they are laughing and acting like it was a cute thing to take her father's life.
I don't know what to say.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Day 3 after murdering somebody.
Wow! Don't put that on the camera.
It was worth it.
There were also a few text messages after the incident, such as one from Aaron, reading, "Hey Sierra, I'm trying to get a hold of your dad. Where is he?" To which she replied with, "His phone has been acting up, but he's okay. It should be all fixed by tomorrow night. No worries." They also took the dad's credit card and fled to Salt Lake City, where they were both arrested. They both agreed to spend 22 years in prison, but the sentencing doesn't seem to be final. Authorities also said surveillance photos and receipts showed the teens purchasing items like bleach, lighter fluid, glass, and cleaning clothes, obviously trying to cover it up. And there are a few more details, but I can't share them here. If you're unfamiliar with the case, there are multiple versions available of the clip I showed you from both of them, which are longer and give additional context, especially about Aaron and what type of person he probably is. Samantha Walford was a small YouTuber. She was obsessed with becoming internet famous. In the end though, she didn't become YouTube famous, but infamous for a very cruel act. Samantha met her husband in high school at the age of 19. They had 5 children, including 2 twins. In 2013, the cracks in their relationship started to show. Her husband Ernie loved to play video games in his free time. In 2014, Ernie would marry a female character in a video game. This made Samantha very upset, and she even threatened to break up with him. To make things right, he decided to propose to her, which she accepted. Financially, the family wasn't doing well. In order to provide for 7 people, Ernie had to work 2 jobs, which still wasn't enough. Samantha now had to come up with a solution, and she did. She believed that starting a YouTube channel and monetizing it would help take the extra load off Ernie. Her videos discussed her passions, personal life, and the struggles of being a young mother of 5. Abigail, Ernie's sister, stated that, quote, "She kind of started paying less attention to her kids, and she acted like her so-called job was more important than that, and she wanted to be internet famous." The dislike in their personal hobbies was mutual. Ernie didn't like her YouTube account, Samantha disliked him gaming. This was the first nail in the coffin. On the 20th of February 2015, Samantha's mom received a phone call from her daughter, claiming that intruders apparently kidnapped Ernie and she herself was tied up. When police questioned whether she knew the men that abducted Ernie, she revealed she had a fair idea. Samantha told a friend that Ernie had been abusive at home, which another guy overheard and promised her that he would take care of it. Well, the police wasn't convinced. They managed to find out that Samantha was the mastermind behind the abduction of her husband. The man carrying out the plan also claimed that Samantha had been trying to get rid of Ernie numerous times before this incident, but was ultimately unsuccessful. Samantha really wanted Ernie to be gone for good, so the man had to take his life. She was sentenced to 99 years in prison. In my last video, I talked about 10 of the worst YouTubers, which is a sequel to the first version. Click here to see it.